Hi all, welcome back to MATLAB tutorial on Tute Fulcrum. This session is on MATLAB Strings. Strings are sequence of characters. MATLAB uses character arrays for the storage of strings or say text data. So a character array is a sequence of characters just as numeric array is a sequence of numbers. A typical use is to store short pieces of text as character vectors. In latest versions of MATLAB, starting in R 2017A, strings are also processed using string array. A string array is a container for pieces of text. String arrays provide a set of functions for working with text as data. In this session, we will be discussing about character arrays. So let's see how MATLAB handles strings. So let's take a variable, say str. I'm going to initialize this with a string. So the strings has to be enclosed within single quotes. So if I give Tute Fulcrum, the string Tute Fulcrum is stored to the variable str. The MATLAB will execute this statement and return the following statement. So the variable str stores the string Tute Fulcrum. Now how is this stored? So let's use the whos command to check the variable created above. So you can see str is stored as a vector. The size is what? 1 cross 12. That is, it has the row size 1 and column size as 12. So it is stored as a row vector because there are 12 characters for your string Tute Fulcrum and it takes 24 bytes and the class is char. Interestingly, you can use numeric conversion functions like unsigned in 8 or unsigned in 16 to convert the characters in the string to their numeric codes. If you give a command like str underscore ASCII is equal to unsigned int 8 of str, this will convert the characters of your string, that is Tute Fulcrum, to the corresponding ASCII values. You can see the corresponding ASCII values of each and every character of your string. You can convert this back to the characters as well. So if I write a statement str underscore char is equal to, I'm typecasting here. So char of str underscore ASCII. So this will convert the ASCII values to the corresponding characters. So you'll get back your string Tute Fulcrum. You can access the elements of your string by applying the indexing techniques because the string is stored as your character arrays. So indexing techniques, what we have applied to the numeric arrays, you can apply it to strings as well. Suppose if you want to access the part Tute from the entire string Tute Fulcrum, you can make use of the indexing techniques. So if you are using the subscript indexing techniques, how will you access this? Alt row, then column, you want to access 1, 2, 3 and 4. So column number from 1 to 4. So this will give you the first part of your string, that is Tute. So using linear indexing, the same could be accessed by giving the command str of 1 to 4. The index positions 1, 2, 3 and 4 is accessed. So that is also going to give you the same output. Now let's see some string manipulation functions available in MATLAB. Let's see about string comparison first. Let's say we have two strings str1 and str2 initialized with the strings as shown. If we have to perform a comparison between these two strings, MATLAB provides a function strcmp. So strcmp of str1, str2 compares these two strings str1 and str2 for equality. We say the two strings are equal if their size as well as the contents are same. An strcmp function returns a scalar logical 1 if the two strings are equal, else 0. So if we give this command, our output is logical 0 because the two strings, though their content is the same and the size is the same, MATLAB is a case sensitive language, so capital letters and small letters are treated as different, so they are not same. The strings are not same and we will end up with a scalar logical 0 as the output of strcmp function, indicating that the two strings are not equal. Now, if you want to perform a case insensitive comparison between the two strings, MATLAB provides a function strcmpi. So if you give strcmpi of str1, str2, this does a case insensitive comparison between str1 and str2 and returns a scalar logical 0 if the two strings are not same and returns a scalar logical 1 if the two strings are equal. So in our case, we are expecting an output of 1. Yes, we are getting the expected output, indicating that the two strings are same irrespective of the difference in their case, because here strcmpi function does a case insensitive comparison between the strings. You can also compare your strings without using an inbuilt function. So for this we make use of the equal to operator. So if you give a command like str1 equal to str2, this also does a string comparison. Here it compares element wise. That is, here it compares index wise. It takes the index 1 of str1 and str2. So here you have capital T and small t. So they are treated differently. So you'll get an output as 0. Same way it compares all the other characters. Here you have U in the second index for str1 and str2. So the comparison is true. So you will get 1. Same way all the remaining characters are compared and you will end up with the values 1s and 0s wherever you have true and false. So this is about string comparison. Now let's see about concatenating strings. So let's say we have two strings S1 and S2. So S1 is holding the string Tute and S2 is holding Fulcrum. Say you want to combine them and you want to put them together as Tute Fulcrum. So if you give a command like S is equal to S1 space S2, this does a horizontal concatenation of the two strings S1 and S2. So you can see your output. The two strings S1 and S2 are combined and it has shown the string as Tute Fulcrum. So if you want to do a horizontal concatenation as shown, make sure that the row sizes are same for the two strings. Now you have two strings S1 and S2 and you want to do a vertical concatenation of these two strings. That is, you want to put one below the other. So for this we make use of vertical concatenation. So S is equal to, if you give a command like S1, you want to put S2 below S1. So use a semicolon operator and then place S2. So this does a vertical concatenation. So you can see your output, high and high placed one below the other. So whenever you want to perform a vertical concatenation, make sure that both the strings has the same number of columns. Now let's see the reversal of a string. So this could be done very easily in MATLAB using the indexing technique. So if you access the element from end to your first, so that is str of end. Say you want to move in the opposite direction. So the step size is -1 to the first index. This will reverse your string. Let's take a simple example and understand how and where we can apply these string handling techniques. So let's say we have a string, that is programming tutorials on Tute Fulcrum. The task is you need to remove the space in your string. That is, you should get an output as programming tutorials on Tute Fulcrum without space. So how to solve this task? So our requirement is to remove this space. So first we need to identify the space in our string. So I'm making use of the equality operator here to check for space. So the character space is compared here with str. So this command will result me a vector with logical value zeros and 1. Wherever I have space, I'll get 1. The remaining all indices will be 0. So let me take this to a variable s to store the result. So you can see here, wherever it was space, I'll get 1. The remaining all places are zeros. So now how will I proceed? So these ones are indicating space. I want to remove this, or I don't want this. So I need to access only these zeros. So here it is appropriate to go ahead by making use of logical indexing technique. So if I write a command str of negation of s. So what is happening here? You are accessing all elements that remain 0 in s. So here you can see your output as expected. Programming tutorials in Tute Fulcrum without space. So indexing techniques we have discussed in our previous videos. I'll provide the link in the description box. Those who have not seen, please refer. So this is about character arrays and string handling techniques in MATLAB. We will see more about these in the coming sessions. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, comment, share and subscribe. And don't forget to tap the bell icon. You'll get notified whenever we upload our new videos. Thank you.